Lil Durk's chilling confession. Did he really know what was coming for King Von? In a revelation that's shaking hip-hop fans everywhere, a new claim has surfaced from inside the jailhouse walls. One that could forever change how people see Lil Durk and his late friend King Von. According to whispers from a recent jail visit, Durk allegedly told close associates that he knew the day Von was going to be taken out. He reportedly stayed away, not out of coincidence, but out of fear. And while this revelation remains unconfirmed, fans are flooding social media with disbelief, heartbreak, and anger, wondering how the man who called Von his twin could have seen it coming and stayed silent. The story begins years before that tragic November night in Atlanta, when Lil Durk and King Von were the tightest duo in Chicago's new generation. Both born from the harsh realities of O Block, their connection was more than music. It was survival. They came from pain, chaos, and loyalty built in the trenches. Von's rise through Durk's label Only the Family, OTF, wasn't just business. It was brotherhood. Durk gave Von a platform, a voice, a chance to turn the streets into stories. But behind that loyalty, fans now claim, were warning signs. Strange moves, odd interviews, and unexplained absences that are now being revisited with suspicion. It started with a rumor that spread through Chicago circles and later online, that before Von's passing, Durk had distanced himself emotionally. Some fans pointed out that Von's final days showed him more independent, hanging with new faces, moving differently. At the same time, Durk was allegedly seen stepping back, quieter, more cautious. Please do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. According to a jailhouse source who spoke to an outlet covering the story, Durk supposedly told a visitor during a recent jail check-in that he knew what was coming but didn't want to be involved. The visitor allegedly asked why he hadn't warned Von or tried to stop it, and Durk reportedly said, "It wasn't my place. I had to protect myself." That single line has lit the internet on fire. Because of the world, Lil Durk and King Von weren't just artist and signee. They were family. When Von called Durk his brother, people believed it. When Durk dropped songs like Still Trappin' and All Love, he spoke on loyalty, loss, and betrayal as if his life depended on it. So now, hearing that he may have known about Von's fate and stayed silent, has left fans torn between understanding fear and calling it cowardice. Was Durk being smart, or was he being selfish? Social media is split down the middle. Some say Durk was right to stay out if he truly sensed danger. The streets, after all, don't forgive mistakes. If Von was getting into something heavy, Durk might have decided not to be a part of it. Others say that no real friend, no real brother, would have walked away when death was around the corner. The conversation has spilled onto TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit threads, where users analyze every Durk lyric, every old interview, every cryptic Instagram caption. Fans have dug up videos where Von seemed frustrated with Durk's absence, others where Durk appeared distant when asked about Von. One viral post claims that Durk's tone changed completely after Von passed, from grief to guilt. But the real twist came during that supposed jailhouse visit. According to the unverified claims, Durk's words were calm but heavy. He allegedly told a confidant, "I tried to stay away from that night because I knew something bad was coming." The story goes that Durk had heard talk in the city, talk that Von's energy had attracted too many enemies too fast. And if we're being real, King Von was no stranger to controversy. His name carried weight, not just in music, but in the streets. His storytelling made him a legend, but his background made him a target. Every move he made drew attention from fans and foes alike. Still, for many, this doesn't excuse Durk's alleged silence. Because how could someone who shared stages, millions of dollars, and dreams with Von decide to stay away instead of warning him? That's what fans are asking. The answer might lie in the deeper reality of street life, a place where loyalty meets fear, and where survival sometimes means stepping back from the people you love most. Durk's legal situation at the time also made everything more complicated. He was already fighting a serious case linked to a shooting in Atlanta from 2019, the same city where Von later lost his life. Durk was under strict conditions, being watched by authorities. Getting caught near any type of trouble could have destroyed everything he had built. So maybe, some argue, his decision wasn't betrayal, It was self-preservation. Still, the emotional weight of that choice is what's haunting fans. Because if the rumors are true, Durk spent the night of Von's death knowing what might happen, but unable or unwilling to step in. That's a heavy truth to carry. Since that night, people have noticed how Durk's music has grown darker, more reflective. Songs like The Voice, Aha, and Pelcoat all sound like pain put on wax. The lyrics read like confessions, lines about losing too many brothers, not trusting anyone, and the cost of fame. Fans now interpret those bars differently. Some hear guilt, others hear trauma. But everyone agrees, Durk hasn't been the same since Von's passing. It's important to remember that none of this has been proven. Durk himself hasn't publicly confirmed any of these statements. What we're seeing are rumors swirling out a system where truth and speculation blur together. Jailhouse confessions often get twisted by the time they hit the streets. Still, the fact that fans believe it, that they want to believe it, says something about the mystery surrounding their friendship. The loyalty between Durk and Von was a heartbeat of OTF. Together, they brought Chicago's pain to the charts. So to imagine Durk standing back while his brother walked into danger breaks that image apart. In the hip-hop world, this situation is being compared to other legendary tragedies. Tupac and Biggie, YFN Lucci and Young Thug, even Boozy and MO3. Every era has that story of loyalty tested, brotherhood shattered, and the streets watching unfold like a movie. The difference here is how personal it feels. Durk and Von weren't just rappers. They were family to millions of fans who grew up on their rise. So when people hear that Durk might have known the night Von was going to be taken out, they don't just see it as a rumor. They see it as a betrayal of everything they believed in. But maybe it's not that simple. Maybe Durk really did feel helpless. Maybe he tried to warn Von in his own way. There are stories, again unconfirmed, that Durk told people to stay low, to chill, to avoid moving without protection. There's talk that he felt something in his spirit that night, something he couldn't explain. And when you look at what's happened since, Durk's constant run-ins with legal issues, his moments of isolation, his emotional interviews, it paints a picture of a man who's been carrying a heavy burden for years. The alleged confession only makes that picture darker.